What's going on, you guys? My name is Josh, and this is the Collecting Brothers. And today we have a massive package, which is from the Mystery of Mythos from the Four Horsemen Studios. I thought this would make a super fun, interesting video. I think at first I was kind of weary about the concept, but as I thought about it, it's such a great concept, especially for new collectors. You know, if you don't even have some of the figures that are the non-rare figures, it's such a great opportunity to just get a bunch of great figures. Because regardless of what you get, you're going to get good toys. For me, I didn't start collecting Mythic Legions until Aether Wave, and I was able to catch a little bit of the Soul Splitter Wave in an in-stock sale. But majority of the figures from this Mystery Mythos sale were from Advent of Decay, which was this massive wave. It was like the biggest wave the Four Horsemen have ever done, and I think to this day it's still the biggest wave they've ever done. And I just missed on so many of those figures. I mean, I've picked up a couple here and there through just random in-stock sales that the Four Horsemen used to do back in the day. Just like these weekly random in-stock sales. And I picked up a couple in there. But mainly there are a couple figures that I'm after. And I haven't opened, I don't know what's going to be inside, but I did spend a pretty penny. I spent over $1,000 on this box. I kind of went all in just to get as many Advent of Decay figures that I don't have. Now, hopefully there's at least one warehouse find in there, at least, right? Because I purchased a total of 16 Mystery Mythos figures, well, mystery boxes, so there's a total of 32 figures in this box here. Some of the figures that I want, which are part of the warehouse finds, are Grisha the Slitherer, Balaam, Thistlethorn, and King Noglin, you know, the Goblin King. So I really want the Goblin King, the Chipmunk, and I've been seeing, you know, through the Cabal, King Noglin and Thistlethorn are not that hard to get, so I'm hoping maybe there's a Thistlethorn and King Noglin in this box. Whereas Grisha and Balaam especially, people have not been pulling those figures a lot, so I don't expect to get those, but hopefully maybe a King Noglin or Thistlethorn, either one of those I'd be really happy with. And then there's like the chase figures, which are not the warehouse finds, right? They're the ones that they said which are most likely to come in your package, which I think was really good. Like, I really like how transparent the Four Horsemen are, you know, not trying to bait people saying like you're gonna get a Grisha, you're gonna get a King Noglin, you know, so I appreciate that. So from the chase figures, I already have Snag, Gonks, Zarya, and the Frog Visor, the Red Shield Soldier, right? So I have 5 of the chase figures, but 3, 6, 9 of the chase figures I don't have, and so I'm expecting to get all 9 of those figures in this box. Because one thing that I did read was, and kind of one of the reasons why I bought so many, was they said that the Four Horsemen said that they were going to try to pack in as much as a variety as they could. Now, of course, if you bought like 30 boxes, they said you're not going to get all the chases and the warehouse finds. It's just not possible because the warehouse finds are really rare. Sometimes they only have one case of those. But I'm not worried about the warehouse finds. I'm more expecting to get at least the 9 figures that I don't have that are part of this, right? This assortment. So, I'm just looking for, especially the one I'm looking forward to the most is Faunus and the Dark Elf. Faunus and the Dark Elf are kind of the two that I want the most. All right, guys, let's get into it. Let's see what I got. Okay. So as for the first box, we have, this is one of the regular figures. This is Baron Volgar, and I'm not too excited with this one. And the second one, this is one of the chases, and this is a figure I don't have. Here we have Sir Godfrey. Sir Godfrey, this is honestly a rough start for me. Baron Volgar, I have this figure. It was part of the Aether Wave. The problem with this is I feel like, right, with some of the figures I already have, either they're going to be custom fodder for me or look to trade. Baron Volgar, his pieces are so unique to him that this one's definitely I'm gonna trade this one because I feel like this is not a really good customizable figure. So there's Baron Volgar as the non-chase, and for the chase figure we have Sir Godfrey. This is one of the ones I needed, right? I don't have Sir Godfrey. He's part of Advent of Decay. The reason why I'm not interested, like, I feel like if you have the Templar, you basically have him. Especially if you have the Templar and the Black Knight, you can make a Sir Godfrey because the Black Knight came with the red plume, and it's just a Templar. I mean, there's a little bit more gold painting on the silver armor, which Templars don't have. So it's still a good figure for me because it's a figure I don't have. So nice to get an official Sir Godfrey. I don't have to kit bash my own, you know. All right, the next ones we have are, here we have Xenothon. Xenothon, I think, is a good, this is the non-chase figure. I think this is a good customizable figure. I have this one. It was part of the All-Stars wave, but I think to get that Vorthog head, I love that Vorthog head, and to get, you know, just this gray mold. And there's a lot of cool parts to this, especially the big red wings in the back. This is, I think, a good figure with a lot of different unique pieces. And as for the chase, we have Khador. So Khador here is part of Advent Decay, I believe, or Coliseum, I can't remember. One of the old ways, but I don't have this figure. And this is such a cool figure. It's got kind of like that, I think it's part of Coliseum, because it's very kind of gladiator-esque. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. It could be part of Advent of Decay. But such a cool figure. Khador is definitely one that I was hoping to get. So really cool so far. No repeats. Horsemen true to their word, right? I'm not getting any repeats here. Two more. Here we go. Okay, so the non-chase figure, we have Dubon. Dubon has amazing pieces, especially, you know, the soft goods cloak. He's one of the more recent figures, so he has a lot of new parts, which I really enjoy. So I have this figure, but good custom fodder. Next up here we have Calavius. This figure is one of the ones I was hoping to get. So cool to kind of get like an African American skin tone flesh body, because, you know, it doesn't come too often. So cool to get kind of this gladiator-esque figure. Just look at that. That Calavius is a phenomenal get. So super excited about that figure. Next up, here we have the regular figure, the non-chase. Krotos. Krotos, guys. Krotos is one of my all-time favorite figures. I love this goat man, that goat head. This is a really good figure. I have it so up for trade, right? Trade or custom. And here we go, guys. The Faunus! This is the one this was the one of the chase figures that I wanted the most. Even more than the Dark Elf. This is the one, guys. Oh my gosh. If I can, there's just a Thistlethorn in there, I'll have my kind of Alithia's, not Alithia, I mean, I'll have my Artemis Silvercord kind of faction, or Xylona's Flock, right? I love kind of this faction, Xylona's Flock, with like the browns and the greens and kind of just the woodland creatures. So this was the figure that I most wanted. So I'm super excited that I got Faunus. All right, and actually it's not in order, so I'm just gonna keep going because some of these are not like it's just not in order. They kind of just threw in everything in the box. So here we have, this is another chase. This is the Elf Ranger, and I do not have this figure, so super excited to get an Elf Ranger. Next up, I got a Gonks, and this one, yep, it's not a warehouse find, but it's still a chase figure. So got a Gonks. This figure, I love goblins. Gobbies, dude, I'm all about the gobbies. So I know people have been getting a lot of Swigs. Swig is such a phenomenal figure, and they just released a story behind Swig, so it's cool. It makes sense. You get a lot of Swigs now. This Gonks here, one of the coolest figures. I love this figure. I already have this figure. I was able to pick it up in an in-stock sale a long time ago. One thing I know, if you pick up this figure, it has a lot of, the paint is like really sticky, and when I had my original Gonks, it was really sticky and not dry. So kind of weird there. But what's cool about this figure is that it's a Gobby, but on a dwarf body. So it's just an interesting figure because it's like a brute goblin. Next up here, we have two just non-chase figures, just the regular figures that we were expecting to get. We have Valak. Valak is a really good figure. It has a lot of new pieces, new parts, and I think a good custom vampire. You can make a lot of good custom vampires with this figure. So good pickup there. Next up here, we have, honestly, I think the best figure to customize with is Sir Owain. Sir Owain has so many good parts, and it can mesh well with basically any figure that has black armor, gold armor, or silver armor, in my opinion, just because those are his three colors. And so you can pop and swap with so many different figures. So Sir Owain, definitely not a bad figure to get. Next up, here we go. My second most wanted chase figure, the Dark Elf. This Dark Elf, guys. If you guys seen Community, you know when Chang goes as the Dark Elf in Dungeons and Dragons. This is why this is a fan favorite. I don't know why they banned it, because Dark Elves are always part of fantasy, right? It's nothing to do with nothing. It's fantasy. So super excited to get the Dark Elf. I just love the blues and the blacks. I think they mesh so well together. Next up here, this is a non-chase figure. This is a Lady Averona. I do have this figure, and it's a phenomenal figure. This soft goods skirt piece, it's so cool that they included a soft good piece, but underneath it there's a hard plastic, as you can see. So you can kind of choose. That's such a cool thing, because I know there's some collectors that like soft goods like myself, and other collectors who don't care for it. So really cool just to have that option. And I'm glad when they give us wired soft goods, because CJSM does such a great job. So this is a great figure. Next up, the one you guys all been waiting for, guys. Here we got my Swig. I'm not disappointed. I love this figure. For me, this is one of the best Goblin figures. It has so many good pieces, soft goods. The paintwork on that rusted armor is phenomenal. Guys, stop hating on Swig. And if you just saw the Four Horsemen release a story, and I'll let you guys in on it, because he kind of looks like he's like supposed to be a mage, right? He's got a staff, he's got the hood, so he's kind of like a Goblin maester or mage type Goblin character. And so they just released a story where he like made like 1,000 shadow clones of himself, just because everybody was like complaining and getting like a bunch of Swigs. And now it's so cool, because now if you have like 5 Swigs, it's like it's a shadow clone. I mean, it's whatever. I just think it's a good figure, regardless if you guys don't like, if you don't like the character or you already have one, you can make a custom Goblin with it and it will look really sick. Next up, another non-chase figure, the Red Shield Soldier. Oh no, this one actually is a chase figure, but this one I have, so that's why how I know that this one, because this one was part of I believe Arethyr. Yeah, it was part of Arethyr. That's why I have it. It's the only chase figure that I have that I actually ordered, not from an in-stock sale. So this one is actually one of the newer figures that's still considered a chase, which was kind of weird. I didn't like that they included this one in the chase figures, but what's good about it is that at least the Red Shield Soldier, I think, lends itself to being a great army builder, because it's all enclosed. It's just a really cool figure, and at the time, it had so many new pieces when this was released. Keep going. I got my regular Hagnon. Now, I just picked up the blue Hagnon from One Stop Toy Shop. They have really great prices, and they have free shipping, so definitely go check out One Stop Toy Shop if you're interested in Legions or other figures. So now I have the blue Hagnon on pre-order. It should be coming in, and now I have the regular Hagnon. So I know people were complaining about Hagnon, but this is a figure that I don't have, so excited to get it, because I think the translucent pieces look really good on this figure. And you can like get like a regular knight body and just put the single Hagnon, like, because he has an alternate head, I believe. You can just put the single head on a knight body that you have as custom fodder, like Sir Owain, and just have it as like a ghost head on a knight body, and it can still be another ghost soldier. So there's a lot of possibilities with, I think, those this figure. You can have translucent arms, translucent armor, translucent limbs. This is such a good figure. I don't know why people will be hating on it. Okay, now here we have a warehouse find. So I actually did get one warehouse find so far. Now, the sucky thing is, believe it or not, I have this. I have Queen Urxa. So it really pains me, because there were so many other warehouse finds that I didn't have. Like, I think I only had like maybe 4 or 5 of the warehouse finds. So to get a Queen Urxa, I mean, it's good because I can trade it off, right? I can trade it off. So if you're interested, if you need a Queen Urxa, I'd probably be down to trade for like a Thistlethorn or a King Noglin. Definitely those are the two, or Balam or Grisha. I'm looking for those 4 especially. So, you know, at least I got a warehouse find, which is really good, right? Because I paid so much. I got so many boxes, so good to see at least, you know, they threw me a bone. They gave me one warehouse find. Now, it's not the one I wanted, but it's all right. Queen Urxa, at least one warehouse find. Okay. Next up, we have chase figure, Zarya. I have this figure, and I'll probably be looking to trade this figure off, because I don't think it's a good customizable figure because of so many unique pieces, and kind of there's no armor. It's kind of all flesh and limbs. It is an awesome figure. I just already have it. I got it in an in-stock sale a while back. So there you go, Zarya. So far, no repeats. True to their word. I've ordered. There's 32 figures in this box, and so far no repeats. Next up here we have Scaphoid. Now, some of the people say that like the colors are kind of like appalling and they're just too much, but I love it. The purple and the green go so well together, and just kind of get like a toxic kind of like Toxic Crusader, right? Toxie. It's kind of like a Toxie skeleton. I love Scaphoid. I think he's one of the best skeletons. Really good paintwork on this figure as well. Next up, this is probably the worst figure, honestly, in the entire selection of all the figures. Even worse, yeah, it's the worst figure. It's, what's his name? Okitos. I think Okitos just sucks because he's I think he's a tribute figure. And so because he's a tribute figure, his pieces are just weird. Like, he comes with, like, 6 or 4 arms, and, like, he's not good for customizing because he has, like, this body, but these skeleton limbs. I mean, the colors are just really bright because they're meant to be a tribute figure. So definitely not even, for me, this is not even a customizable figure. This is just a sell or trade. Get rid of that. Okay. Next up here we have the Xylerian Guard. Now this figure, this is a good army builder figure. I'm excited to get another Xylerian Guard. This is only I only have one, so this is my second Xylerian Guard. So happy to see this because I can have one displayed with the green face and one displayed with the white face. So definitely a good pickup. This is a non-chase figure, so this is just a regular figure. So if you got Xylerian Guard, you lucked out because there's tons of other options that are way worse than this figure. One of the best figures in that non-chase pool. Next, another non-chase figure, we have Malefaire, right? Yeah, Malefaire. This figure is cool. This is from the Air Theory wave, and I have this figure, but it's a nice figure. I think it's a goblin body, so you can always customize it with other goblins. You can get a 3D printed goblin head painted up, and it comes with those little wings. And I think the Malefaire head sculpt is phenomenal. This is a really good figure. Next, we have the Shadow Elf Ranger. This is a sick figure to go along with the Dark Elf and the regular Elf Ranger. It's just a repaint of the Elf Ranger, which we got, but in the Shadow Elf colors. And I love Shadow Elf, so this is a figure that I definitely wanted to get and don't have in my collection yet. Next up, a chase figure, Brother Mandibulus. Let's go, guys. This figure I wanted. This is a skeleton figure I've been looking for a while, and I'm glad I finally have this figure in my collection. So, Brother Mandibulus, a good sight to see. Next up, we have Snag. Snag is a chase figure. It's one of the gobbies I have. So, I mean, there's some good parts. You can mix and match because he has like a bunch of pieces. Because his story kind of, he's like a thief, a pickpocket, and so he has like very asymmetrical armor pieces. But I'll probably trade this because I don't need another Snag, you know. Next up, we have Romulus. Romulus is a great figure. Not one I'm looking for, but that Gladiator Spartan kind of esque look to it. And the colors, the red, black, and gold. This is a phenomenal and beautiful figure. Next up, another warehouse find. This is our second warehouse find. We got two. This warehouse find is Noobnik. One of the coolest goblins. I love this goblin. He comes with 2 different head sculpts. He has that nice neck collar piece that's unique to him. And he has, besides the unique pieces, he also has a very nice, like, brownish weathering on his armor, right? He's not like the Goblin Legion builder where he's just a straight gunmetal silver. He has some weathering and paint on him. Sadly, guys, believe it or not, guess what? I have this figure. The 2 warehouse finds, guys, I already have. That's just bad luck, guys. Bad luck. So yeah, I'll definitely be looking to trade this Noobnik. If you have a Thistlethorn, I'll be down for a Thistlethorn trade up, straight up. Or like I said, a King Noglin. I've been seeing people find those, so it is what it is. That sucks for me, guys, but let's keep going. We have 4 more figures. Next up, the Red Fury Orc. This is a figure from Advent of Decay, I believe, and it's a figure I do not have, so super good to get the Red Fury Orc. Like, that head sculpt, this is like, for me, like, the way this looks is like, it's the classic Mythic Legions. The body, you know, it's a torso that I'm used to. We've seen it several times, and it's just, even though I'm glad we're no longer getting it, it's just nice to get a figure, because we don't see it anymore usually, because we have so many new pieces from the Horsemen, so glad to get the Red Fury Orc. Holy crap, but there's almost no more room on this table. Okay, next one, we have Artemis Silvercord 2. This figure is phenomenal. I'm not mad at getting a second figure of this. The soft goods on this figure, honestly, when they did the in-stock sale for this figure, I wanted to get one, but it sold out so quick. So crazy that they still had some. I'm excited to get a second Artemis Silver Core just for custom pieces. I can make a custom Xylonos Flock member, a custom elf, and just I'm all about those soft goods. This is why I wanted a second one of this figure. Next up, we have Ilgar, a non-chase figure. Ilgar's all right. I think he has like really cool. I mean, I think skeletons are just not my favorite. There's some cool skeletons. There's some that I just die for, but I'm not like a die-hard Skelly fan. For me, I'm more of a Gobby and Orcs. I'm all about the Gobby and Orcs. And one thing though, this one has the really beautiful patina paint job, and it just has a really nice paintwork on the pieces. So even if you're not a skeleton fan, I think it can serve well for custom fodder, which it will for me. All right, guys, our last figure. So the last figure is a non-chase figure, and we have. Is it Azar? Yeah, Azar is. Yeah, it's Azar and Azazar. Yeah, Azar and Azazar. So I have Azar here. This one is kind of the same thing, I think, with Zarya. Not really a good custom figure because of how unique it is and all the paint that goes. It's like really bright colors. So definitely looking to sell or trade this one. Is that it? I think that's it. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32 figures. That's all 32 figures, guys. And we went out and got ourselves a total of 2 warehouse finds. We got Queen Urxa and Noobnik, if I can even find Queen Urxa in this. Let's see. There we go. We made out with 2 warehouse finds. Now, kind of sucks for me because I already have these 2 figures, but still, they're good bargaining pieces I can trade with other people. Maybe someone else had a Thistlethorn and they got a Thistlethorn. We can trade on the Cabal. Or if you're interested in trading, leave a comment down below because I'll definitely be looking to trade these 2 off. And several other figures. If you're interested in the figures that I said I have already, I'm down to trade. So that's it. Yeah, all 32 figures, guys. We did not get a single repeat. So I'm super excited that they were able to get me, 32 unique figures. I did not get 1 repeat. And guys, what the heck? No Brilophytus or Mephitor? What the heck? I was expecting a Brilophytus. To be honest, I wanted a Brilophytus. I think Brilophytus is such an amazing figure, and it's so good for customizing to make an orc. You rub off that flock, and you have yourself just a clean orc. I'm kind of bummed I didn't get a Brilophytus. I didn't want the Akitos, dude. That's crazy. I was expecting to get a Brilophytus. How many figures I got? That's crazy. But yeah, overall, I got a lot of figures I didn't get, I believe, and I got the Faunus that I wanted. Things are falling. And from the chase figures, guys, I got all of them. Yep, I completed all the chase figures. They gave me 1 of each chase figure and 2 warehouse finds. Yep, they gave me all the chase figures and 2 warehouse finds. So, really good from the Four Horsemen Studios. I hope maybe to see something like this in the future. I thought it was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed if you got like a Mystery Mythos box, please comment down below what you got. I kind of want to see kind of what people got, because I saw kind of a pull on the Cabal and kind of showing that people were not pulling Balam, people were not pulling Torgan, people were not pulling Asa. So I'd love to hear what you guys got. Definitely comment down below. Yeah, that's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Definitely catch our weekly. I just picked up my Savage Crucible Kickstarter wave came in, so I'm going to be reviewing those. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned for those. As always, keep collecting, keep playing, and may the action figure gods smile upon you. Peace!